to part 2 of the Too Cool for School. Is that, I always mix it up. Yes, welcome back to Too Cool for School. If you are tuning in to this video first, go check out part 1 that has like literally the whole, basically the whole album. I was trying to split it up into 2 parts, but I actually have seen 3 of the songs off of that, so that's kind of why that happened. Anyway, this video we're doing the skit on the start line. I think it's just RM because he's the picture on this, and then also a hidden track path/road. I'm gonna do on the start line first. Apparently this is a skit, so we'll see what happens. But I do have a lyric video up. It won't be on the screen just because I don't have my stuff set up, but I will be able to kind of see what is on here. So, all right, let's get it. Okay, piano, sugar. Wow, beautiful. Ooh. Huh?
연습생. 어찌 보면 나 자체이지만 뭐라고 형용할 수 없는 그런 말.
Oh shoot. Is this literally just gonna be RM talking to me? Oh my god. This man has a way with words, and he literally just said it. He said trainee. This word defines him, but yet he doesn't really truly know what it means. Oh god.
어딘가에 속하지도 않고 그렇다고 무엇을 하고 있지도 않은 그런 시기, 과도기. 내가 그 연습생 신분으로 살면서 가장 곤욕스러웠던 건 친척들과 친구들의 언제 나올 거냐고, 데뷔 언제 할 거냐고.
Ooh, that's so true. Like, he's talking about like when he was a trainee, he worried a lot about how he's talking about like when he was a trainee, he couldn't really go anywhere. He was constantly training, he was constantly working, and his family was asking questions like, when are you going to debut? Like, what does this look like? You know, and I can, like, that must have been so hard for him because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. And especially learning that in the beginning, he was supposed to be in this hip hop group and then everything changed. So then that probably even raised more questions. Like, I really don't know what's happening. I was supposed to be this and now I'm doing this. They told me this and now I'm doing that. So that must have been like a really confusing time for him. So, whoa.
그 질문들이었다. 나는 답을 할 수가 없었다.
Right, he didn't know.
나도 모르니까. 나도 그 답을 알 수 없으니까. 자신감과 나에 대한 확신을 갖고 이곳에 왔지만 나를 기다리던 건 정말 다른 현실. 아직도 3년이 지난 지금도 내가 나가면 가요계를 정복해버리겠다, 할 수 있을 것 같다, 이런 확신을 찾다가도 막상 피디님들과 선생님들께 혼나고 나면 내가 정말 아무것도 아닌 것 같은.
Oh my god, I cannot handle this man and his words. So he was saying he thought that once they debuted, he would literally like freaking take off and like completely, you know, kill the music industry. And he said now that I'm 3 years into it, he realized with the criticisms of the producers and teachers that that's not the case, and that he's actually, well, this is his words, not mine, that he's viewing himself as nothing and kind of like a speck of dust. But I think he really just meant this as like he had this expectation and it was nowhere near what that expectation was, and it actually was a lot harder than he thought, and in turn it made him realize that he wasn't, in his eyes, as good as he thought he was, and that he had a ton of work to do, which a lot of people can relate to. Does RM deal with a lot of like mental health too? Because dang.
정말 먼지밖에 안 되는 것 같은 그런 기분. 꼭 마치 내 앞에 푸르른 바다가 있다 해가지고 뒤를 돌아보면 황량한 사막이 날 기다리는 것 같은 그 기분. 정말 그 모래시계 같은 기분에서, 그 기분 속에서 나는 내 연습생 3년을 보냈다. 그리고 나는 지금 데뷔를 앞두고 있다.
Oh.
내가 데뷔를 하더라도 아마
I thought that he already debuted, but actually but I still think my thoughts that I mentioned before this was good. But even he just now said, now that his debut is drawing closer, he's getting, more nervous. But I also feel like even knowing how his debut went, I think I still made some connections on that. But he's talking a lot about oceans and deserts. Does RM really like nature? I love nature. So, I love that he's using a lot of this as like his way of describing how he's feeling. Because he said even here, even after I debut, new oceans and new deserts will likely await me. Meaning he knows that like after he debuts, he already has been dealing with a ton of like oceans in his life and a ton of mountains in his life, but he knows when he debuts a ton more will come forth. And even in the documentary that we've been listening to, in the trailer, and even in I think last week's episode, he mentioned that it's going to be like mountain over mountain, and he kind of said like, I know that once I face this mountain and conquer this mountain, there's going to be another mountain. And so that's just life,
다른 바다와 다른 사막이 나를 기다리고 있을 것이다. 그치만 조금도 두렵지 않다.
Wow.
분명 지금 나를 만든 건 지금 내가 본 바다와 그 사막이니까 절대 잊지 않을 것이다. 내가 봤던 그 바다와 그 사막을. 나는 연습생이니까.
Wow. So towards the end, he said, I will never forget these oceans and deserts because in the end, they made me who I am. And then he ends it with, because I am a trainee. So this almost was like a spoken word. Either a spoken word or more so along the lines of him just literally confessing his feelings to us. But I think this is really awesome because I got to see a little bit more of a glimpse inside RM's mind and how he deals with things. And I still am always so shocked that he struggled so much in the beginning of their debut, because in his logs, he really was like, you could really tell he was struggling a lot with the whole dancing part. He was like, I just don't understand why I have to do that, but I think he understood if he wants to debut, he has to, so he had to make that decision. But even when he was talking about like, I tried to leave, this is his passion, this is what he loved to do, and the fact that he was willing to give that up for a second, that kind of paints the picture of that's how hard it was for him. RM has such a poetic view in life, in the way he sees things, so for him to see his struggles in life as an ocean or a desert and kind of be able to communicate that in a way that, even though this was pretty sad, he gave it a lot of hope, because towards the end, especially when he said, I know that these deserts and these oceans make me who I am, so therefore I'm not so down about them, I have such huge respect for RM. Woo, shout out to mom and dad. Okay, moving on to the last video in this part. I know this part 2 was a little bit shorter, but that's fine. We're still getting into a lot of good stuff, and I feel like I've even dived into a whole different side of BTS with this. Okay, so we're moving on to path/road. I'll be doing this the same way as the last one because of the fact that things aren't set up, but still gonna have a good time. All right, without further ado, let's get it. This is a lyric video, so. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Boy, what's up?
Flows like stars.
Oh, he loves the galaxy stuff. Whoa. Hey. Whoa. JK. They really used him as a vocal line when he was younger. Holy cow. I mean, they still do. He's still the main vocalist, but they really killed They killed his vocals during this era. Whoa, RM really just set that up. I also noticed that RM does start a lot of the tracks, especially in this era. Like either he's starting the track or he's doing like a let's go, like kind of like setting it up, like kind of like We Are Bulletproof and No More Dream, where he's just like kind of like We Are Bulletproof, like, you know, introducing the band in No More Dream. So I really feel like this song in particular is gonna be about them having to kind of think, okay, I've chosen this path and this road for me. This is what I chose to go down. Am I gonna keep up with it and still know that, hey, I chose this road, you know? Or am I gonna be like, man, this isn't the road for me, you know? Because I always think, like, maybe they've always thought of, like, should have I done this? Especially in the beginning. Like, they were like, it was really hard. And it still is hard now, but, like, in the beginning, I know it was really hard. So, like, I could only imagine them being like, I don't know. I don't know if I should have done this. Because even in his verse, RM was like, we don't know, you know? So, all right, JK, wreck me. I'm ready. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Wow. Wow. Oh, hold on, sugar. Hold on. Also, I just remembered that also RM started out, and with his verse, he was also saying, like, he started out with Eminem, and like I love how he started to say, these are the people who influenced me to kind of make the decision as to where I wanted to make music as like my life. And in the chorus, JK is talking about like looking back on this decision, looking back when I finally get to see, you know, everything, like, will you be standing there? I don't know if he's talking necessarily about maybe family and friends or like us as ARMY, our fans, but it's just, I think this is such a heartbreaking song almost, because like they didn't know. They really didn't know. And now that I've gone through the process of learning about the debut process, it really is such a gamble. You literally have no idea if you're gonna make it or not. And honestly, that's probably why it's such a huge surprise as to why BTS is as big as it is, because of back then. I mean, like they said, they just didn't know. Oh my god. Okay, go back. Sugar finna. Hey, yeah. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Whoa, okay. Sugar chill. So he was kind of saying like he watched himself kind of go through this process where he was from a high school student to an oversized child. Oh my god. And then he was saying like he kind of seen his friends kind of trickle off one by one. That's real life. After graduating high school, I literally don't talk to any of my friends. I can relate to that a ton. So, okay, let's keep going. Whoa, I know I just paused. But he just said, lonely without family. I greet my third spring in Seoul alone. Wow. Because like I mentioned in his August D mixtape that Suga also, I thought, okay, I had it kind of wrong in the reading, but because his brother always supported him, but his actual family didn't. And at first, you know, and to kind of, I still think that's just such a hard thing, because he kind of really just had to believe in himself, you know. When you don't have your family backing up, when you don't have like a good support system, it's really hard to do music, you know, because you have to know why you're doing it, and you have to be able to like get back up every time you fall, because it's going to be a hard road, a hard path. All right. Oh my god. Suga said, I thought I was alone, but I've learned that we are 7. Ah, Suga. I love that line. I thought I was alone, but I learned that we are 7. Oh God. Don't make me cry. I do got tissues. Oh my God. I love Sugar. I love, cause he. Oh my God. Oh my God. He said he set this up too. He's such a good setter upper. That's not even hard. I love how he did that because he said he was talking about the third spring. So he had gone through 3 springs and had been alone. And during this 4th spring, he had his 6 other brothers together. And now in the 4th spring, they're going to greet Seoul together as 7. Oh, this man is a masterpiece. I love him. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. Woo! Oh, Jimin. Okay. Oh, Jin. Oh. Okay, I will say he actually sounds really good on this. I mean, the earlier songs I've heard Jin on, at least from what I can remember, they actually have him somewhat rapping, which I feel like doesn't really suit his voice the best. So for him, I actually don't mind this. This was really good in like the beginning. I love this. Okay, he sounds really good here. J-Hope. Oh my God. Hey! Oh my God. I really love how they're really talking about how before BTS, before coming together, they were struggling so hard. And you have to think about that too with the trainee stuff. It kind of, especially RM was alone for a while, then Suga came, and then J-Hope came. So when they all finally came together, it must have been such a relief somewhat, like for them to be like, okay, like this is our team, we're gonna march towards our goal. So when J-Hope says, he's talking about how he's gonna carve BTS into a blank page that means the whole world. You know, like I just like Woo! Yes. Oh my God, go back. He said, oh my God, what? Hold on. He said, I walk towards my brighter future. He said, I put a smile on for the future days. Even from the beginning, J-Hope had this established demeanor as I'm going to be hopeful, I'm going to be positive, because there's so much of it lacking in the world, and Hey. Wow. V. I know why they made him a secret, because his voice is so unique. I mean, we knew that, Caitlin. I'm just saying. Hearing each vocal line member sing that chorus, like Jen and Jimin and JK, but hearing V, he just has a very different tone to his voice. It's so good. Oh my God, that's my baby. Okay, let's keep going. JK with that ad-libs. Hey, that's from something. And they bring it back to JK. You better stop. Is that RM singing? Shut up. The last time I heard RM sing was during the freaking Coldplay cover. And I cannot. Ooh, RM. Hold on. Here we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. You better sing, RM. Oh my God. So this song, I really just feel like the song is them saying, okay, we've chosen this path. We don't know what's going to happen. We didn't know what happened, what already happened. We didn't know that was going to happen. We don't know a lot of things. We know that before BTS, before, you know, coming together, we had a lot of questions, we had a lot of dreams, we had a lot of worries and goals. And we don't know if most of those will be met, but we know that together we can try. And I think that's what this song is about. I think it's kind of them being like, this is the road set out for us, and we're just gonna go at it the best we can. And you know, we hope that people stick around to see, you know. I always enjoy getting to hear the rap line kind of, you know, but it's always nice to get to hear the vocal line too. And I really think I got to hear a lot of the vocal line on this song in particular. Like the first chorus is JK, then the second one is Jimin, and then we have Jin, and then we have V. I really like that they did that, and I really, you know, and then they added JK with the ad-libs, obviously. But I really like that they showcase the vocal line a little bit more on that. So that concludes the Too Cool for School album reaction. Now, here's a fun thing, guys. Here's what we're gonna do next week, and then the following week until we finish everything, and then we move on to the next one, which is, oh my god, I cannot wait for the next album, guys. I have my Notion set up here, and it's really detailed, especially with the BTS. But now that we can cross I can't say that right, Too Cool for School off the list. I also have music video dance practices and live performances waiting to be checked off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the We Are Bulletproof Part 2 behind the scenes and the dance practice and the full live performance. I think I'm gonna add all of that together. And then we're gonna do the No More Dream behind the scenes. We've seen the music video to those two songs, so we're gonna do the behind the scenes, the dance practices, and the live performances of those songs. So I've done some research on a lot of these songs, so let me know if I'm wrong on that. But the only song that they have a live performance of is the Like song. So and I think they also have a dance practice for that too. So we're also gonna do that as well. So that's what we're gonna do until we cross those things off, and then we're gonna move on to Are You Late To? Honestly, I think I'm excited for Are You Late To and School Love Affair. Those are the two that I'm like, whoa. Woo! I hope you guys liked this reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. It means a ton to me. Get ready for next week's stuff. We're doing a ton of things. I'll see you guys on the next reaction video.